Hey, it's Juan for pedalsandeffects.com with the Okto-Nøjs by Emma Electronics. They're out of Denmark. I didn't get to meet them, but we were just recently in Denmark, and I think that I got a really good understanding of the pedal from some friends of ours that were telling me how rad the octave part is. And it really is, because if you look, the way I like using octave pedals, like if a lot of guys use the trick with the OC2 where they just don't use the clean signal. And so what I've done is, like, you just turn this all the way to the counterclockwise, turn the octave all the way up, turn the tone all the way down, and you guys will hear what I mean. So there, that's just how synthy that pedal can sound. And then the thing is this is like a typical octave pedal. You can bring in the clean signal. I'm going to open up the tone so you can hear a little bit more defined clean signal. Back down the octave a little, and you'll have a more traditional octave sound. Let me actually bring a little more dry signal in. And you hear guys solo and stuff on that kind of sound a lot, because it's beefy low end, but it's also a lot of defined clean note, and it's two signals. So you basically get your dry signal and your affected signal. So that's the octave part. This is basically a two pedal box. And so the other side is the more fun gained out synth side of it. And it's basically the nose, which is like the weird square wavy part of it that you can get, like kind of like a nasally to like a more full bolstered, like, you know, octave effect on it. And then this is the color tonal shape. You have the tone here. This is this color's this. This is your overall tone level. And then you guys will hear. And then if I roll that back. But both those are very interesting in getting different synthetic sounds. I like this one obviously because it's heavier, but when you run it in conjunction with the octave, then that's when you start getting into blending things that you want to like really explore. Blending where it sounds good here in comparison to where you have your octave set at. And that's where you get your beef, and that's where you're going to get, like, your probably standalone fuzz octave sound. But I'll show you both settings that I do, and then I'll do a combo of both. That is dimed octave lower, and then I rolled the tone all the way off, so it's basically counterclockwise, so there's not a lot of high end, and then I pulled out the clean signal, so you're just getting sub. So when I'm hitting this, when I hit this, you're literally hearing just the octave that's being generated through the bass into the pedal. Next, let's do the I'm going to introduce the dry signal, and then I'm going to introduce a little bit less of the sub, and so you're going to get more of a traditional octave, how a lot of guys use it, and you'll be able to really hear how well it tracks. So this is me hitting the fuzz part of the pedal, of the nose, and so no octave lower, just some octave up, a little more square wavy, and I have the tone kind of 12 o'clock, the level 12 o'clock, and I'm bringing in some of the color of it as well. So you'll hear, and the gain's probably at, you know, it's not maxed out, but it's definitely gain heavy. So check this out. So this is more like the top end synth part of the nose part of the pedal. So you're going to hear it kind of more like a little burpy, synthy kind of sound that I think it really works well when I start to also blend in the lower octave. But I'll let you hear it just the fuzz part. So now I brought in the octave, and then you guys can hear what it sounds like with a little more beep. So here it is, the Emma Electronics Okto-Nøjs. I'm not really sure if I'm saying that name right. I just call it Okto-Nøjs because it's just banging out sound from either the octave up or the octave down. 2 pedals in one, just octave up, fuzz, or both. Get this pedal if you're a bass player for sure.